Hey, it's Irish Fever here, back to bring you another video. This time we're going to be speculating as to what the next Marvel drop might be. I know we just dropped a video on that. We've got a little bit more information to go on. I think so. We've had the announcement for some X-Men comics dropped in the app. The first one, which was today, which was I can't remember. It was First Appearance of Deadpool, and it was an X-Men comic. So it got me thinking, and I did allude to this in my previous video, that the next collectible we could see could be the X-Men or some of the X-Men. So I'm going to have a look as to how that might land, who I think could be uncommon, etc., and how I think that might work. So first off, if you remember from my last video, I thought there wouldn't be a secret rare, so just bear that in mind. I think these price points will be a bit cheaper than Spider-Man. I think they'll keep the Spider-Man format for these kind of tier A or A-lister characters that will get a 5 of series of themselves. I don't think they'll do that with the likes of the X-Men here, even though some of them are rightfully A-listers. So first up, our first common could be Cyclops. I think is a good choice for a common. Really well-known character, but no one really likes him. Like, no one's like, yeah, go Cyclops. Like, he's a bit shit. He can shoot stuff from his eyes. But he's the leader of the X-Men, or at least one version of the X-Men. If you grew up watching the cartoon that I did in the 90s, like, he was an iconic character. Everyone does know him. So I think it'd be a good choice for common. And that's Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. Okay. Next up, our next commons. I think we're going to have two commons. Next up, who could it be? Here's one I prepared earlier. And it's Storm. Again, really iconic character. She hasn't had her own movie or anything like that, so she's not like super A-lister. But we have seen a few screen iterations of her. Most famously probably played by Halle Berry. And I can't remember her real name. That's a pity. So I think she's going to be a common as well. So I think we could have Cyclops and Storm as commons. I think they're good choices. They're iconic, but they're not anybody's kind of favorite. Then, uncommon. What do you think of Dr. Hank McCoy, aka Beast? Everyone loves Beast. Way prefer Beast in the comics and the cartoon than in the movies, but I think he'd be a good choice. So uncommon, as a collectible, obviously he'd look cool. You've got the blue fur and stuff. I think it'd be a good choice. Another option that could go in here could be Nightcrawler. Again, with a little bit funky. We've got the blue fur going on with him as well. Common trend for potential uncommons. But yeah, we could see Beast as an uncommon, which brings us to our rare. So the X-Men got their name after this guy, Professor X, Sir Charles Xavier, played by, of course, Patrick Stewart in the OG X-Men movies, and then what's his name, James McAvoy in the rebooted movies. And it would be cool if there was, if he was in his, I think it's called his X chair. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. He controls that with his telepathy, and he's got Shreeper there on him. But yeah, look, leader of the X-Men, one of the most powerful mutants in the world. Good choice for a rare. Which brings us to the ultra rare. And I had a few ideas or options for this, but my choice, my speculation is Magnus von Magnuson, Magneto. I think it'd be a really good choice. I said Charles was one of the most powerful mutants in the world ever, and in the X-Men, Magneto is the same, if not more powerful than Charles. And I think it really cool. So they kind of, with the Mighty Marvel format, they had 4 good guys, and then the villain was the ultra rare, and I think that could be a nice way to tackle the X-Men season 1. Of course, this is season 1, so there'll be the X-Men. There's tons and tons of X-Men to choose from, but those are ones that I think could be probable, or how I might do it. Notable missing characters here. and I know you're all expecting secret rare or ultra rare here to be Wolverine. I don't think so. I think Wolverine is that A-lister. He has his own movies, loads of them. He's a fan favorite, of course. I think he'll get his own series, kind of like Spidey. Well, we'll get 5 versions of Wolverine in different poses, and hopefully in the iconic yellow costume that we're all familiar with. As I said in my previous video, I don't think there'll be a secret rare in this drop. I don't. I hope there kind of isn't. I don't want Marvel to overuse that secret rare. They had it with Spidey, which is fine, but I didn't like the way it was done because the secret rare should be secret. It shouldn't be a known drop, you know. There was no secret rare in Mighty Marvels, which is good. But now every comic has had a secret rare, and I know the comics are different for collectibles, but you don't want to dilute that market or flood it too much. So I can see there being no secret rare in this drop, and the secret rares, the straight up secret rares, okay, in the collectibles for Marvel being reserved only for the tier A characters, being cost of 400 gems. So I think that will be the norm going forward. I think the big players, you know, Hulk, Iron Man, Spidey, obviously we've had already, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, those characters. I think it will be, and hope it will be reserved for that. So there you go. There's my predictions. Let me know in the chat what you think. What you think of my predictions? What would your predictions be? What's going to happen? It mightn't be X-Men at all. But if we were going to get an X-Men drop, what would it look like? Will it look anything like I have suggested? That's it from me. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon.